And now, did you want to talk about the divorce laws of the UK?
No, I just thought I'd phone up and say I like your Volvo.
You just wanted to blatantly plug your company and use his Volvo as an excuse.
No, not really, no.
No, the Volvo looks good, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's not bad, actually, yeah.
It still needs a respray. It still needs the chrome doing on it. It looks great. When you get close up, you can see a few little bits and pieces. Why not pretending it's
It'll end up like Trigger's broom.
You can always bring it in here, because we do resprays and everything.
All right, well, come and have a look at it and give me a price.
Oh, you could bring it down to us. We're down in Wroxall.
Oh, no, I don't go to Wroxall.
Well, we're hidden out the way, because we do quality work down there. So
Good. No, I don't go to Wroxall, I don't go to Ventnor.
Don't blame, I wouldn't go to Ventnor.
Oh, Wroxall's got snobby over Ventnor.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Cheers, bye-bye. Oh, yeah, that's funny, isn't it?
Wroxall looks down its nose at Ventnor. Well. See, I would have thought Ventnor's posher than Wroxall.
I haven't been to Ventnor for a long time. I'm sure it's a very, very nice place. And Wroxall too. Just don't choose to go to those places myself. 01983 822 you'll edit that out, won't you? No. You won't. Right. 01983 822 002. 01983 822 002. The Polish workers. Read the letter, Foxie.
Well, I'll edit it down a bit. This basically came in from somebody who listens to the show and watches on Solent TV. They got this from a company called Workforce Plus Limited, a recruitment consultant who are specialising in supplying Polish workers for skilled, semi-skilled or unskilled jobs. And they've just dropped us a note saying we received this through the post. What a cheek. Because they're trying to aim these Polish workers at various Isle of Wight businesses.
Cool, you really have edited it down, haven't you?
You don't want me to read the whole lot, do you?
Well, it just says about their recruitment consultants that specialise in supplying Polish workers.
I just said that, man.
Yeah. Large database of workers available that covers a wide range of skills, fluency of the English language and previous work experience. This means that we can help you find the right worker for the right job. Now, which British employees in their right mind are not going to take, because it's all about profit, are not going to take advantage of this situation. If you could find yourself a nice, pretty Polish girl to sit in your estate agency, what are you laughing at?
What do you mean a nice, pretty one? What's that got to do with anything? You want the hard-working, dedicated, whether they be Poles,
if you're
English,
if you're in sales,
Welsh.
You need pretty girls to sell the product.
We are an equal opportunities employer, as are most employers these days.
Yeah, but it's horses for courses. We can't... Look, we've just been talking about the difference
Ugly
between men
people
and...
sell?
No, not like pretty. If you stuck a pretty blonde in a sales office and put her up next to a fat, chain-smoking hag...
How old is she?
She's 24. Hi, who's that?
Hi, it's Carl from Skedaddle.
Oh, right. Hello, Carl. Look, this is what the Smith brothers have started. Hi, Carl.
How are you doing?
All right.
I'm just reading about the Polish workers.
Right, okay.
Basically, I don't know if you remember, I work on the mainland, and this morning when I finished my night shift at 6 o'clock, there must have been 20 to 30 Polish workers waiting for their bus.
Any 24-year-old blonde females?
They were in the fire station, but don't tell the wife.
Oh, yeah, because she works overnight at the fire station. Okay.
But what we're being able to say is that the fact is that they're willing to get off the proverbial and go to work and do a full day's work and come home at night and provide for their family. And there's plenty of people born and bred in England that can't be bothered to do that.
You're right.
And they are working for probably less than some of these people are getting in benefits, or the same as some of these people are getting in benefits.
Exactly.
I heard a story of a Polish worker on the Isle of Wight this week who was earning £20 a day, £100 a week.
Well, surely if they're through an agency, they'll be getting the minimum wage.
Yeah, they should be.
Hat off to them. If they can work and survive on that, why can't a lot of other people?
Yeah, well, you couldn't, could you?
No, I couldn't. I'd have to do overtime.
But what I'm saying is you couldn't... You would have trouble maintaining your lifestyle on the minimum wage and a bit of overtime.
Well, yeah, but I've adapted my lifestyle because I've worked hard over the years.
The argument against it, though, Carl, is that all these people coming into the country prepared to work for the minimum wage will mean that the wages will never push up. People will never get to earn more money because there'll always be somebody willing to do it for less.
True, I can see that.
No. I watched Panorama, one of these BBC, maybe it's News 24, maybe it's Panorama, where they went out to, they took a woman who'd been sacked from a shop floor, Carl, in Blackpool, and they took her out to India to see the Indian women doing her job, right?
Yeah.
And she met the women, and they had a lot in common, actually, and she was sat there chatting with them, and the women in India were worried about their jobs because the women in China now will do them cheaper.
Well, they are. There's always somebody.
No, but you will run out. You will run out of people. You will run it.
The
You'll
world's
go
a
all the
big
way around.
place.
But you will run out of countries in the end.
Well, as long as we keep the people on the minimum wage here, and they don't start being abused and having to work for like £2 an hour, £1 an hour, well, I don't think it's a bad thing. If there's people willing to come and work and keep the economy going in England, whether they're English, Polish, or
But won't that put more people on British people who were born here onto the benefits, who will then stay on the benefits because they won't be able to get those jobs, because then they will claim they wanted those jobs.
Yeah, there's plenty of jobs out there, Alex, and if they want to get off the benefit, there's ways of doing it. And whether there's Polish people, they'll blame somebody, not necessarily the Poles. They'll blame anybody that's in the limelight.
All right. Well, skedaddle out of here, Carl. Thank you very much. Now, Foxy, holding that thought. We're going to go to the break. Right, we've got Mrs. Jones here, who's given us a call, Foxy. Hello, Mrs. Jones.
Hi.
Hi. Sorry, we're in a commercial break. We're now live on air. Tell the listeners what you've just been telling me, what you're willing to do.
The Polish workers, when foreign people come to this country, they will pick up some of the language, then continue to converse only with the people that they know, other foreign people. So they tend to speak with a very, very heavy accent.
Do you think that would end up creating a mini Poland on the Isle of Wight? When you think you've got Chinatown, and if you go to New York,
it's possibly true of any small foreign minority group.
Yeah.
And I do feel that they are trapped until they can speak clearly, because until they can speak clearly, how can they converse sufficiently to get a decent job?
How many languages do you speak yourself?
I speak two.
And what are they?
That's French and English.
French and English.
So I don't speak Polish. I would not speak to them in Polish.
How would that work?
Well, they have got to pick up some of the language while they're here, but they may not speak it clearly.
But they wouldn't know what you were saying.
But surely they're going to pick some language up as they go along, aren't they?
Well, hopefully.
Hold on. If I went,
not much good unless they can speak it clearly.
if I went to Spain or France, of which I know some very small pickings, and somebody spoke to me only in that language, I wouldn't know what they were telling me.
But if you stayed there for long enough, if you were there for 3 months or 6 months or a year or whatever it is, you're going to learn to understand.
That's why I only have a holiday in places like Canada, Australia, or the States, folks. You don't get the language barrier.
I can't see how this would work.
Isn't there?
If you could speak to them in Polish and tell them what you're trying to teach them in English, I can understand what you're saying, but...
Well, perhaps I should, if there's an interpreter available. But once they learn to speak English, it's pointless them learning unless they can speak it clearly.
Look at Dr. Dolittle. He actually could talk to the animals, couldn't he?
Well, we're not talking animals here, really, are we?
No, but I'm just saying that Dr. Dolittle could communicate across out of the species into, to animals. Now, if that can work, surely what you're saying, Mrs. Jones, could work.
Well, I hope what I'm saying could work, but that's not fictitious. It's yet to be proven, but it's not a comparison to Dr. Dolittle, really.
Well, look, say I was a Polish worker. Where would you'd meet in Ride somewhere, would you?
Yeah.
Right? So what, you book Ride Library, or would you do it in the street, or what?
No, certainly not in the street. It would need to be somewhere quiet and calm.
Right, say Ride Library. If you could get that one afternoon a week, say Wednesdays at 3 till 5.
Right.
Right? If I was say I'm a Polish worker now, and I come in and I know, hello, goodbye, thank you very much, and where is the bathroom, please?
Right.
How would it...
Then we work on that.
Well, hang on, I will be...
those words...
Mrs. Jones, hang on. I'm coming in now. Hello?
And I would ask you to say your name.
He wouldn't understand.
Well, I would tell him my name. I'd say hello, and my name is Mrs. Jones.
Ah, yes, got it.
Yes,
so she'd say,
example, they're going to learn something, I would hope.
I'm Mrs. Jones.
So you kind of point yourself using sign language.
If need be.
I'm Mrs. Jones. Right.
But the offer is there if it could work.
Do you really think it... I mean, apart from Dr. Dolittle, has it worked anywhere else? Tarzan...
I have not tried with other people because I have yet to find anybody who wants to do that. It's something that I could be interested in doing and would volunteer my time weekly to do it.
Look at people who train puppies and guide dogs and all of that kind of stuff. They don't understand what you're saying, do they?
Well, we're talking human to human rather than human to animal.